Hello, pilots, and welcome back to Flight Academy Season 3, brought to you by Out of Arc Gaming. As always, my name is Phil, and today we have Game 1 of Group 3 for you. As always, the format rules are in the description below, but joining me today we have...
Hi folks, it's Ben. Thank you for having me back on the channel, Phil.
No worries, Ben. We always enjoy having you discuss other people's games and sometimes your own games on the channel. It's always good to get your insights, especially as a veteran of Flight Academy, being our Season 1 champion. Second place in Season 2, if I remember rightly. You did really well there as well. So you definitely know how intense it can be on the board.
Oh yes.
But let's quickly run through what we actually have on display today. So we've got Madbots on the left, and he's brought an interesting ship. He's brought the Orzatuk, and yes, under that Mining Guild TIE Fighter wing is an Orzatuk. He's flying Wolf. Yeah, hidden in there. He's flying Wolf Waro with expert handling, Magva Yarrow, Kanan Jarrus for that force point, and a hull upgrade, making that a very beefy 9 health ship there. And who have we got on the other side?
So Conor is flying a Resistance Y-Wing, which I may butcher the name, so excuse me, but Whistler Teshlo? Something like that.
Something like that.
And this may take a while, but I'll try and rattle off all these upgrades that he's got, because there's a lot. So pattern analyzer, ion can turret, M9G8, that really annoying bot that allows you or force your opponents to reroll a dice. Cluster mines, shield upgrade, wartime loadout, ion torpedoes, and homing missiles. That's a decked out Y-Wing, if ever I've seen one.
Absolutely
so much health.
That thing.
So many shields.
I mean, that I think is the healthiest ship we have in the game with 10 hit points. We've got quite a few that have 8 and 9. Some that have 5. Looking at you, Ben. I think you brought probably the lightest ship in the game. But yeah, a lot of health there to chew through, and Madbots has already managed to get 1 through, but looks like Conor is getting himself... Somehow he has missed that debris there. I feel a little bit concerned for next turn. That's going to be tricky to not get around, but that is a great move. Does he get out of... He does get out of the impressive 180 arc of Wolf Waro there. So
it's going to be tricky for Madbots, because if the Y-Wing is able to ion Madbots, and it could probably do that quite easy. I mean, it's only got 1 agility. There's so much control that Y-Wing can enforce. It just ion you and then just keep behind that arc and cluster mines. That's always a nasty.
Not only that, if he's able to just keep behind Madbots, even if he hasn't got Madbots ioned, Madbots just can't turn around in that thing. It takes
interesting choice. Yeah. Although Wolf Waro, if he does catch you in the front arc, he's going to hit like a truck. Yeah,
if he does that, I mean, that's a brilliant use of the stop maneuver there. Conor's put himself right in front of Wolf Waro, so range 1.
Nice range 1, yeah.
A shame that Wolf isn't damaged at this point, but just 2 hits. But that is another shield down on Conor, slowly whittling him down. And it's going to take a while at that rate.
I think he needs to try and get that target lock on Wolf Waro to try and reduce maybe some of the incoming fire.
Yeah,
to allow him. Yeah, such a good, annoying ability.
Yeah, for those who aren't familiar with M9G8, because it's not one you see very often, firstly, you get the ability to lock a friendly ship, which doesn't seem like it's going to have very much benefit, but when you have a ship locked and it is attacking, you may force it to re-roll one of its dice. So for a friendly ship, that's really good. They have a poor roll, they don't have a target lock, you're essentially giving them fire control system. But for your opponent, when you've got them locked and you just basically go, oh, see that really nice crit you've just rolled there? Can you re-roll that, please? That is just frustrating. It's like an extra sort of defense mechanism there, and because you've had to re-roll it because of that, you then can't re-roll it again. So, I mean, that sounds familiar. That sounds like a budget L337 that someone I know around here might have used a few times on me recently.
If only we knew who this person was.
If only we knew.
It sounds like a scummy player.
Yeah, very scummy player. But, interesting choice for Madbots.
I think he's just far enough away from the custom lines.
Yeah, I do think he's far enough away from that, but he's now facing the other way, and again, he doesn't have a turnaround. It's going to take him a good long while to get back in position to shoot at Conor.
I think the turret is facing rearwards.
It does
look like it. To the left. It's either to the rear or to the left. I can't quite work it out.
It is difficult to tell. I mean, if only Conor had some nice bright acrylic turrets on there to make it easier for me, but he didn't. He doesn't do that. But just waiting on Madbots to do his position expert handling. I like that. Actually makes it a bit easier for him to turn around there, I think.
Yeah, expert handling I think is a great choice. Any amount of repositioning to try and work angles and open up that 180 arc.
Yeah.
It's a really good shout.
Yeah, not really going to help though, because he's just taken the damage. Got a target lock from Magviaro, but he is ioned now.
Oh dear.
And as we know, with any ship, being ioned is not great.
Although it's not a terrible position because I don't think the weapon can capitalize it. Yeah, and I don't think he'll reach him.
No, even with any turnaround it does. The turret arc is in the wrong way, so even a barrel roll might get him close enough, but isn't going to actually give him. It's not going to be able to rotate to help with that, but that is a good move there. Gets him round quicker. And unfortunately, Madbots has to turn in. He has no choice but to turn in. So if he turns away, he's just giving Conor free shots. Ooh, I like that. Definitely covering all angles there. Wartime loadout on this is fantastic because it opens up so many of those actions that it had as red, making them white is just incredible.
I like the introduction of Magviaro on the Wolfaro, which is really good. So after you defend, if the attack hit, you may acquire a lock on the attacker, which most of the time, the attack's going to hit him. Really helps with his massive offense return shot.
Yeah,
that's quite scary, and he's got a force.
So it gives him that native ability to change a die at all times, which is good. That was an ion torpedo there from Conor, so one more damage, ion. I think, that doesn't activate Wolf's ability. He needs to have a damage card to activate his Angry Wookiee ability. But there is M9G8 forcing the reroll to a hit, so it didn't really do much there, but that is 2 more shields down on Conor. He's 1 away from half now. which is one of the things with the Y-Wing, you can get them down to half fairly quickly.
Yeah, once you chew through all those shields, then it does tend to go quite quick. Then they've only got 4 health.
Ooh. Again, the only move that Madbots can really do there, turning in. I'm curious, did Conor go slow? Oh, that's a little bit.
So I'm wondering if. Oh,
I think
see, I thought he could fly over and then set up the cluster mines next turn. But
yeah,
he just like the K turn.
I think it's a tricky one. I think both would have been a good move. I like that move because now he's got control of Madbots. He just sits behind him and whittles him away.
Yeah, you could just fire another ion torpedo.
Yeah, it would have been also great to see that cluster mine shot, though.
We all want to see a perfect cluster mine drop.
Yeah.
Looks like range 1.
Looks like range 2, but he's got the ion cannon turret facing the front. But that is the last ion torpedo. Oh, 2 hits. And that's another point of damage and another ion token. Unfortunately, I think Madbots may as well just staple that to his ship for the next few rounds, unfortunately.
It's an angry Wookiee.
Yes, so he does get the additional dice if he can
use it.
Which Conor is perfectly positioned in a way that means that Madbots cannot get arc. Even if he wasn't ioned, any turnaround, his arc would just swing past.
I think this is a difficulty of the Azatuk. I think it's more suited for swarms and stuff like that, going against multiple targets, where you can get
having
multiple
support
shots.
for itself.
Yeah. I think they struggle on their own.
I mean, really, he's got to hope for a poor dice roll from Conor. Not great. Got the target lock though, which is going to be helpful. Nope, another hit and another ion. I think we're seeing a slow walk here. I mean, it's one of those things. It's obviously a right tactic to win. This is all about getting the wins and getting the kills. It's not the prettiest, but it is effective. So you can't really blame Conor. And this is what he's brought this ship to do, which is to fire munitions, use its turret, control your opponent. And right now, if Madbots was able to get turned around and utilize Wolf's ability, he could do some serious damage to Will. So potentially you'd be looking at 4 or 5 damage from one big hit.
Yeah, it only takes one or 2 big hits. Can you imagine if they released a card, an upgrade card, that allowed you to turn around, even if it was like a 1 use or it had a couple of charges on it, and you could spend it to rotate your ship around.
Or after an ion, or just at any point?
Just at any point.
I mean,
like after a move or something like that, you can spend a charge to rotate.
Yeah,
that would be pretty good on it.
There are some ships that have abilities like that. Not many. Netra and Pollard in the B-Wing, for instance, is one. And I've used that. It's hilarious. It's brilliant.
And
You've also
got Star Viper.
Yes. So there are abilities out there that will allow you to do that, and they are absolutely crazy when it works. Because that's Dalen Oberus, isn't it? We saw Andy fly him in season 2. And I loved watching that fly. The bendy barrel roll with the turnaround and just all the shenanigans was just amazing. And yeah, I think if there was something I mean, Ion is such a tricky one because adding the ability to do the one bank off an Ion, and it's a blue, and you get the focus, already makes it not as bad as it used to be if you're not being continually Ioned.
Mm.
And again, in a 1v1, those are the kind of things that are going to change things. They are going to make it really easy for you to control what your opponent does. So another damage through. If they get their dial down, but we have just hit time, so I think we did.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm just waiting. I think we did call it at this one. I mean, it kind of made sense. Not really much else is going to happen here. So it's for the first game of Group 3, it is a win for Conor. Only the 3 points, so he doesn't get the full array of points there, but it is a good stepping off point. Hopefully we won't see his Ions dominate so much in the latter rounds. And I'd like to see what that auto type can do when it's really used to its full potential. So it'll be interesting to see if that happens.
When it gets angry at a range one shot, that'll be pretty interesting.
Yeah. Well, let's have a quick look at the table to start with. Again, we've only had one game in there, so not a huge amount of information yet. But it does obviously throw Conor right to the top of the group with 1 win, no kills, so just 3 points, no bonus point there. But that's how we're starting off. So let's see where it goes. Again, 11 more games in this group to find out who is going to emerge victorious from Group 3. But Ben, thank you very much for joining us for that game. I hope it was nice to see the auto type for a little bit.
Yeah, interesting ship. I haven't seen it for a little while.
Yeah, indeed. But what we'll do, guys, that's going to finish off the first game. Don't worry, plenty more games to come. Game 2 is going to be up later today. So don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time.